welcome. Today we're going to talk about masking fluid, and I will show you why it does not have to be difficult to use. I will give you some tips in what you can do to avoid disaster, especially brush disasters, why it can be a very nice thing to use in your watercolor paintings. After that, we're going to paint this beautiful flower painting together using what we have just learned. If you enjoy watching, please consider giving this video a big thumbs up. I'm Miriam, an artist residing in beautiful Denmark. I do paintings in watercolor, wash, acrylics, well, pretty much any medium I can lay my hands on. I'm here to help you learn how to make beautiful paintings and learn different skills in mainly watercolor, but also mixed media. Come, join me and let's paint some beautiful paintings together. If I can do it, you can do it. And here you see the drawing we are going to use for the painting. I thought I would also show you the colors we are going to use in this painting, so you can match them with your own at home. I will also leave a link to a drawing template on my Pinterest account, and you can see that in the description down below. And now it's time to mask out the flowers and the butterfly in the painting. And what I do is that I take a piece of soap and then I take my brush and wet it and rub it into the soap. And it's important that you have soap all over the brush hairs because it protects them from the masking fluid. Or else, if you don't do this, you will ruin your brush. Then I take the masking fluid and put it into this little plastic lid I have, and you can use whatever you have, but I just want to close the bottle up fast because masking fluid dries quite quickly. And then I go ahead and mask out the flowers and stems and leaves and the butterfly in the painting. And this will help me when I'm going to paint the background. It will be much easier to just put in colors because you don't have to be careful around all the flowers and the butterfly. And now when the masking fluid is completely dry, it's time to put in the background colors. And I begin with wetting the whole page because I want all the colors to flow nicely together. That will give a more even background. And so now it's time to put in some colors. I start with the turquoise color and then I go in with a green color. I think these two will make a very beautiful background for the yellow flowers. And I just mix it together or let them run a bit together. I think that gives a very nice effect. And then I put in a bit of the burnt orange, I think this is, to make some interesting background. And you have to remember when you are painting the background that it will dry up lighter than when it's wet. So keep that in mind. And if you think that my background is a bit too light, you can put in some more colors and do it like you prefer it. And now I tilt the board to allow the colors to run some more together. It looks very pretty, I think, on the background. And if there's a bit too much water in places, you can just take your brush and soak it up with that. And now when everything has dried up completely, I use my finger to rub off the masking fluid. I preferred this method because I think I have more control over the masking fluid. But just do it nice and easy, and be careful not to tear the paper when you do it. And now it's time to begin to paint the flowers. I start with first I wet the flowers with clean water, and then I dab in the yellow color. I first dab in a light yellow, and then I dab in a darker yellow, and I allow it to flow together a bit. And I also dab some darker color, I think it's the burnt orange, in the middle of the flower. And then I just go ahead with the next flower. First I wet it, then I put in the light yellow color, and then I put in a darker yellow color. And the center of the flower is a bit darker, so here I will put in some burnt orange. But I will also put in the darker yellow near the center of the flower, because it's usually there's some shadow lying there, so it's a bit darker than the outer edges of the flower. And here I thought the color was a bit too strong, so I take a clean brush and I take off some of the colors and make the leaf a bit lighter. And now it's time to put some green in, and I shift between a lighter green and a darker green. That gives a nice effect, I think. And this is just the first layer, so make sure that this layer is not too dark to begin with. We can always add more color. And if you're not so much into using masking fluid, I have another video with a sweet little robin where I'm not using masking fluid. So if you want to learn how to do a background without masking fluid, I will link it down below so you can find it there. Please, if you enjoyed this video so far, please give it a like, and if you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. And now I go in again with some more colors on the flowers. I try to make the flowers that's most in the back a little lighter than those in the front, because my focal point is the butterfly and the flowers in the front. But I thought this was a little bit too pale, so I put in some more colors here. And I go around the edges, and then I drag the color out on the leaf, and this will give a nice edge where the leaves of the flowers meet each other. And I actually think you call the flower leaves for petals. I continually call them leaves, but they are petals of the flower. Well, there's much to learn in a foreign language. But anyways, now I go in the flowers in front and put some more color in. And I make sure that there's more color in the middle of the flower, where there will be more shadow, and lighter color towards the edge of the flower. And I just go around in the painting and see where I think there needs to be some more color. And I just put it in lightly, because we build it up layer by layer. And now I have found my small brush. I think it's a size 2. And then I begin to paint in the colors of the butterfly. And on the top part of the butterfly, its wings are more orangey, and in the lower parts it's a lighter color. But you will see later on. I will show you how to paint this. And I just make sure to leave out the white lines. And here later on we will paint a light gray color. And now I go to the bottom half of the butterfly, and here I put in a lighter color. It's more like an yellow ochre color, because that's how this butterfly looks. And this is a little bit nitty-gritty, but that's when it's important to have the right size brush. And now I decided to define it a bit better where the petals meet each other on the flower. And I go in along the lines where the petal meet with some darker yellow colors. And I soften the edges with some clean water. And now it's time to paint the rest of the butterfly. And I have mixed up some, I think it's called Jane's Gray. But you can use a more watery mix of Payne's Gray if you got that color in your watercolor palette. And so I just go where I've left the white lines, and I go in with the gray. And here you can see I zoomed in a bit so you can see it a little bit better. And I don't want the butterfly to be completely black, because I think it will stand out too much. So I chose to put in a light gray. And now I paint in the legs of the butterfly. Yeah. And now it's just time to make the finishing touches around the painting and define some things where I think it needs some more color. Yeah. And now it's finished, and I take my hairdryer and I peel off the masking tape. It's a very good idea to use a hairdryer to do that, because then the paper won't likely tear. So I really hope you enjoyed painting this with me. And please hit the notification bell if you want to be notified next time I have uploaded a video. Bye for now.